Today, we're doing a critical security briefing. We're looking at a threat that uses artificial intelligence to take the one thing you trust most, the voice of someone you love, and turn it into a weapon.
Just listen to that. This isn't a line from some thriller movie. This is a real quote. It's what Jennifer DeStefano heard through her phone in the voice of her 15-year-old daughter. A voice screaming for help, triggering every parent's single worst nightmare.
For 4 straight minutes, 4 agonizing minutes, Jennifer was living in pure terror. When she later testified before the U.S. Senate, she said it wasn't just that it sounded like her daughter, it was her daughter's voice, her specific cries, the way she sobs. It was so perfect, so real that even when someone suggested it might be an AI scam, she couldn't accept it. Thankfully, her daughter was completely safe. The voice was a deepfake. And this, right here, this gets to the absolute core of the problem. For our entire existence, a voice has been like a fingerprint, a fundamental, trusted connection. But now, that trust is being shattered by technology, forcing all of us to ask a really chilling question.
So how is this even possible? How are they doing this? Let's break down the tech. Because what's really terrifying is just how simple and how accessible this weapon has become for pretty much any criminal out there.
You're not gonna believe this. 3 seconds. That's it. According to researchers at McAfee Labs, that is all a scammer needs. Just a tiny 3-second clip of someone's voice is enough to create a convincing, functional, and weaponizable clone.
The whole anatomy of the attack is just alarmingly simple. It's a 4-step playbook. First, the scammer grabs a little clip of your voice from somewhere online, a TikTok, an Instagram story, anything. Second, they plug it into a cheap, sometimes even a free AI voice cloning tool. Third, they just type in a panicked script, and boom, step 4, they launch the attack, calling your family and friends. The barrier to entry for this kind of devastating crime has basically hit 0. And the results? They're shockingly good. The McAfee team found that with just a few little audio files, they could get a 95% voice match. We're not just talking about the words, but the emotion, the tone, the inflection, making the clone almost impossible for a human ear to tell apart from the real thing. This is not sci-fi anymore. This is an off-the-shelf tool. So, you see, this tech isn't just causing a few one-off problems. No, it is fueling a massive, widespread criminal enterprise that is already costing victims billions of dollars. Just look at this number, $2.6 billion. That's how much was lost to imposter scams in the US back in 2022. And here's the kicker. That was before AI voice cloning really became easy and widely available. This technology is literally pouring gasoline on an already raging fire.
It means all the old scams are getting a terrifying upgrade. We've all heard about the classic grandparent scam, right? A criminal calls an elderly person pretending to be their grandchild who's in trouble. Well, now, instead of some random stranger's voice, imagine grandma getting a call in the actual, panicked, cloned voice of her real grandchild. It makes the scam so much more believable, especially for our most vulnerable family members.
So, what kind of lies work the best? Well, these scammers are pros at emotional manipulation. The data shows that saying they've been in a car accident is the most effective lie. Right behind that is claiming they've been robbed or that they lost their phone and wallet. All of these scenarios are designed to create instant panic and just completely shut down your rational brain. And if you think this is some rare, fringe thing, think again. A global survey found that 1 in every 4 people has either experienced an AI voice scam themselves or knows someone who has. 1 in 4? That is a massive number, and it shows you just how fast this threat is spreading.
Okay, the threat is real, and it's definitely scary. I get it. But you are not helpless here. This is the most important part of this whole briefing, how to build your defense. We're going to go over some clear, actionable steps that you and your family can put in place literally right now. Your single most effective weapon against these scams is a family safe word. It's such a simple idea, but it's so powerful. You and your loved ones agree on a secret word or phrase, something a scammer would have no way of knowing. If you get a panicked call, you ask for the word. If they can't give it to you, you know it's a fake. It's a simple tool that just cuts right through all the emotional manipulation. So here is your defense protocol. Step 1, establish that safe word. Tonight. Seriously, tonight. Step 2, question any urgent request for money. I don't care how real it sounds. Step 3, if you feel even a little bit suspicious, just hang up. Don't argue, don't engage, just end the call. Then, step 4, call the person back on the number you already have saved in your phone, not the number that just called you. And if you haven't set up a safe word yet, ask a personal question only they would know, like, hey, what was the name of our first dog?
You have to remember this. This is the absolute key to the entire strategy. Scammers weaponize your panic. They manufacture a crisis to force you into making a bad decision before you have time to think. Your greatest power is to just pause, take a breath, hang up the phone. That pause is what breaks their spell.
This technology is changing everything, even our basic understanding of identity and trust. So setting up these new security habits in our families, it's not just a good idea anymore. It's becoming an absolute necessity to navigate the world that we're all living in now.